What up, and welcome to another episode of the Back of the Class podcast. It is a two-man show tonight. I am the Esteban Serrano.
This is Juan.
And Zach is MIA. We don't know where
he's not
is.
in Miami. He's in Maine, bro.
MIA means missing in action, homie.
Well.
Holy cow. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about this new Drake and Gucci EP that has been confirmed, titled The Sixers. We're going to talk about Ratchet TV update. There's a lot going on in the Ratchet TV world. And Rae Sremmurd is breaking up, going solo. We'll talk about that. And then in the Flex Zone, we'll talk about a little bit fantasy football. Yeah, man, it's about that time of the year. So let's just get right into it, shall we? So Zaytoven, which is why are you laughing?
Because that shit's funny but clever.
Yes, Zaytoven.
Carry on.
Gucci's producer, one of the many producers that he's like goes to, has confirmed that they are at least 2 songs deep into the Sixers project. That's Gucci Mane and Drake's EP together. Drake, of course, is the Sixth God, and Gucci is from Zone 6 in Atlanta. So,
I mean, not the best name, knowing that the first thing you're going to think about is the worst basketball team running in the last, 4 years? Maybe more?
I love the name just because it is a reference to all Sixers.
Yeah, but you get that.
World.
I'm
a Sixer.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I love my
anyone on the surface who knows Gucci knows Drake and goes, oh shit, dope, EP together. The Sixers,
that's right.
Neither one are from Philly. And then you're going to think, oh, the Sixers, yeah, they suck. So this EP's going to suck.
I didn't know. So is that your opinion? You think this EP is going to suck?
No. It just felt funny to say.
You're fucking
I don't think it's going to be amazing, but I don't think it's going to suck. It's just funny that if Gucci wasn't as big as he is now because he got out of prison and he had his album and he was all over the news when he did all that stuff, if Drake would even be doing an EP with him.
That's a great question. I think he definitely... I think it was your boy Joe Budden that said that he knows how to ride other artists' waves.
Yeah. That's the shit that Jay-Z fucking mastered and...
Exactly.
That's that whole fucking blueprint right there. Oh!
That was a good one.
That was good, right?
Touche. I mean, are you interested to hear it? Are you excited to hear it?
Look, I'm not excited to hear it, but I'm interested because if it's him and Gucci, hopefully Drake decides to rap.
That's a great point.
But it also could be the opposite where Gucci will rap and then this motherfucker will just sing like he always does.
No, you make a great point.
So it's like, what are we going to get? Are we going to get a nice mix between the two Drakes?
Do we want a mix?
No.
Exactly.
I feel like we got enough singing on views, bro. We don't need you. We need you rapping. And this is a hardcore, like, street hop shit with fucking the streetest motherfucker out right now.
Right.
And Gucci.
Right. I agree. Listen, now you just changed my whole opinion on this project. If we get rapping ass Drake, then I want to hear this project. But if we get simping ass Drake, I'll pass.
Do you feel like ever since the whole Meek shit and the whole Quentin Miller shit, do you question his rapping? So, like, if you're like, oh, I want rapidy rap chick, but then you're like, oh, fuck, but I wonder if he's going to be writing the rapidy rap shit if he decides to go rapidy rap shit.
I feel like, my thing is, like, the records that I feel Quentin was a part of wasn't the greatest rap Drake.
Okay.
Anyway, in my opinion. And I feel like if the stage is set to where Gucci is hot right now, 1. 2, Gucci actually has some stuff to say. And Gucci's actually not a bad rapper.
Well, he came out of jail being coherent and rapping understandable bars.
Exactly. So I feel like the stage is set for Drake to actually rap. Not like I need, to get a couple records off real quick, or I'm kind of busy doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he'll lock in and actually get some stuff done.
All right, what does your gut tell you? Is he going to be singing or is he going to be rapping, Drake?
Yo, I'm serious. You changed my whole opinion. I think he's going to be rapping, yo.
I think he's going to be singing. Because I don't know if I'm Gucci and I'm rapping against a dude that I know can rap. You know what I'm saying?
No, first of all, I think Gucci Gucci is egotistical enough to think that he can rap with Drake.
Okay.
And I also feel like Drake will jump into the Gucci sandbox. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, it won't be crazy bars specific. It'll be more on par with what Gucci is doing,
Word.
I think.
Can we talk about this whole Drake bringing out Eminem at his show in Detroit yesterday? We're recording this Wednesday, so this happened last night. Basically putting a kibosh on all the Drake versus Eminem bullshit that your boy Ebro started. Oh, I'm sorry, that he made up air quotes
and then recanted.
For like the third fucking millionth time.
Man,
what do you make of that? Is this dude like seriously going for like the all-time greatest tour features run like in the history of tours?
I mean, I think that's just the drawing power of Drake. Like, Drake will remember, before it was Drake bringing the dopest artists who are coming out next on tour with him. So it was the first time we saw J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and Meek Mill and Future. The first time we saw any of these artists was because A$AP Rocky, they were all on tour with Drake. So now he's not doing that. He's kind of set these dudes up to be on their own. Now he's kind of fostering his own, OVO artists, but he still has to bring that presence. And not only that, when Drake is performing in your city, it is the go-to event. Yeah. So you're looking,
whether you like it or not, he's the biggest fucking star.
He's the
hip-hop
biggest
/pop
rapper / pop artist on planet Earth right now. So why wouldn't Eminem show up?
Yeah, in Detroit no less, where he's fucking God.
Well, he is the God of Detroit. Now, if you're Joe Budden, how are you feeling about this? Because that's your label boss.
From all the interviews and I don't know Joe personally. Like I've interviewed him a bunch of times, but from what I've seen him on Hot 97 and on other shit talking about the whole thing, he says he doesn't care, but then he prolongs conversations talking about the whole thing with Drake. But then he'll be like, "But I don't care." Honestly, I really don't think Eminem coming out with Drake is him
taking a side
at all. It's just, I think everything else, the internet and these media people just blew it up more than it was.
Right.
I mean, the whole Eminem Drake shit, the whole Button Drake shit. I mean, the dude made 4 fucking songs and says he has a grand finale for him. Like, it's not, that shit didn't go out of proportion. Like, it was what it was because of all the songs Button made. But no, I don't think Eminem took a side. But I do feel that, and not to say because no one's taking Drake. Like, no one is going to diss him to the fact where he's going to be irrelevant. It's because his base artist doesn't give a fuck if he loses a rap battle.
His base artist didn't care that he wasn't writing his own raps.
Exactly. So, like, there's no one's going to do that.
Right.
But I do feel like when we talk about egos, where all this shit in the internet stirring about what if Drake and them battle, the consensus 97.9% is that Eminem will eat that man alive, which I agree with.
Wholeheartedly.
He was probably like, I'm in Detroit. There is no real beef. Let me bring him out so people just stop saying this shit.
Right.
So we can keep it moving.
He's the king of
which
curbing.
Which is brilliant. It's fucking brilliant, bro.
He curbs. He's been curbing controversy so well, be it in a situation like this where he brings out whoever he has beef with and shows you that it's not beef, or he just ignores the stuff until it goes by the wayside. Like with the whole Button thing. Button is on a straight promo run promoting his beef with Drake. Yeah. And Drake has still yet to publicly acknowledge him, for real. So,
you know what else I think is genius? That him bringing out all these people just drive his tour numbers higher for the next time he tours.
Oh, yeah.
Because the next time he tours,
or the next city he goes
I gotta get tickets because who knows? Motherfuckers playing in LA, he might bring out Tupac.
Exactly.
Like, I have to buy, like, that. It's genius, man.
That shit is unreal. So,
Word.
Shout out to the Sixth God, still killing it. Now, speaking of blowing the dust off of rappers, Love and Hip Hop has been making some really, really strong headway. And I'm wondering if you're hearing this lineup, if it's going to make you who hate Ratchet TV with a passion.
I fucking hate it.
Let's see if these names will get you to tune in. Let's see. So Nicki Minaj's
already hate it.
Safari Samuels and Fetty Wap both are joining the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood cast.
With their respective others, like their girlfriends?
I don't know.
So what? Isn't Love and Hip Hop like the couples thing? Like, it's
Sometimes.
an artist and their...
Sometimes it's couples, sometimes it's just random folk who are around couples.
Interesting.
But, I mean, with those two big names, especially with the controversy of Nicki Minaj and Safari, and, you know, with Fetty Wap being the baby dad to Masika, who is already a Love and Hip Hop Hollywood cast member, like, does this make you interested? Are you interested enough to see? Like, let me see what this is about.
I'd rather jump off the window right now than to watch that, honestly.
I want to see you jump off a window.
That's just me, though. That's just me. You know, you like it. Obviously, this is what fucking they're on their like 10th city with Love and Hip Hop. Who knew there was so much Love and Hip Hop in all these cities across?
It ain't
the
no
nation?
love. I ain't seen no love in none of this.
But
stuff
me
for real.
personally, I'd rather fucking fall on the steps and pass out than watch the shit. So
I've tuned into Love and Hip Hop Hollywood maybe a half of the first season. Wasn't really into it. Missed the next season or two. But these names are making me jump back on the Love and Hip Hop bandwagon.
You know what, too? And it's not like I'm not even singling out Love and Hip Hop either. I just hate reality shit in general. The only shit I will watch that's semi-reality is Ink Master, which is the tattoo competition. But now I found out so much shit from behind the scenes that I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm not watching that either, I guess. And you know, like us working in TV, we all kind of know how shit works. But that one, I was like, oh, it's a competition, and it seems, I'm not saying I thought it was legit because I'm not that naive. Right. But you know, it entertained me, and it has some level of, not legitimacy, but
authenticity.
Maybe? You know, like the way they do it, it's done very well because it makes you think like it's legit. Right. But then after I got a tat this weekend and talked to, you know, my artist, shout out to Mike Nomi out in Long Island. He told me like a lot of that shit is just like obviously contrived. Like we all know reality shows are, but like they don't even do their own pieces. What? So after that, I'm just like, dude, I'm done with reality shows. Only reality show now I will forever watch, kid. Hard Knocks, HBO. Oh, yes. That is the reality show. And if anything comes out of that shit, I'm fucking done.
Oh my god!
Like, yo, we ain't really cut them.
That's documentaries. That's docu-style. That's not no reality shit. However, Rob Kardashian and Black Chyna's trailer for their new reality show just dropped.
What's the name of that?
I don't remember what the name is.
I think Rob and Chyna, maybe. Rob, Black Rob.
That's actually good. If it was Black Rob, that would be a great title.
And it's Black Rob. Exactly. The fucking intro. It has to be whoa.
But yo, so we see Rob trying to get his life together health wise, and we see Black Chyna being really, really ratchet, and you know, screaming and cussing and all of that stuff. That, you know, are you at all interested in this crazy pairing?
Number one, it's a reality show, and I just touched on that. Number two, it has the death certificate for the Wonka David fucking watching guide, and it's Kardashian.
Listen, man,
I do not watch anything that has anything to do with those women. Or family, for that matter.
You got to feel for Rob. You know, he's the left out Kardashian. He's the not successful Kardashian. He's the overweight,
do they shit on him on the show?
Addicted Kardashian. Absolutely.
They do shit on him on the show. They shit on their own brother.
Yes, because he's kind of like went in hiding. So they shit on him in regards like, yo, why is Rob such a fat bastard? Wow. Why is he not getting his life together? So he didn't want anything to
do with that show. And they shit on him for it.
And now he has a reality show of his own with his fiance, maybe not, definitely baby mom, who's in her, you know, pregnancy stage right now, Black Chyna, who is Kim Kardashian's best friend, who is Tyga's baby mom, who is dating.
No,
they're back together.
Oh, I thought she dumped him.
No, they're back together. Oh. Who's dating Kylie.
It was because she had, like, midterms and she dumped him? Is that what
I don't know. Midterms, you think that chick ever went to high school? Please.
That's true.
Anyway, like, just that whole debacle. Like, I would love to see Kylie and Tyga interact with Rob and Black Chyna, and is Black Chyna and Tyga's son somehow Rob's step nephew?
I have no idea.
Or his stepson. Look, I can't wait.
You watch it and then you report back to me and tell me what network is it on? It's one of the two devils. It's either E or it's fucking VH1.
I think it's E. I'm pretty sure it's E.
Because those motherfuckers will,
dude.
Yo, they will take any train wreck and put it on TV and hope for the best.
Right. So I mean, listen, Ratchet TV is at all-time high for your boy.
Yep.
Love and Hip Hop Hollywood and Black Rob is. I can't wait to watch both of these all. Whatever, winter long, however it's going to be. I can't wait. Now, sad news, bro. I know how much you love you some Rae Sremmurd, but
so much so I can't even say their name. But
it seems like Sway Lee is working on a solo project called Swaycation.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You put those two dudes in front of me, and you tell me to point out Sway Lee to you.
Wow, you don't know Sway?
Dog, I would not be able to pick.
Sway Lee is lighter skin, and Slim Jimmy is darker skin. He always wears the ski goggles. Sway Lee, who everyone is saying is the more popular member, is the one who's working on a solo project.
Gotcha. Now, is there beef? Is that why he's bouncing?
Well, no, he says that there isn't any beef, but he's just started working on some stuff and wants to see it through. And Slim Jimmy is saying that like the
Slim Jimmy,
the energy, the industry is trying to pull them apart and make Sway Lee a star in his own right. And like
that's kind of weird to say.
Yeah, that's what he's trying. He's trying to say that. Here's my opinion on it. So Sremmlife 2 just dropped last week.
Mm-hmm.
I can't listen to it.
Okay,
it's not as good. Nowhere near as good as the first one. The first one was my favorite album of that year.
Oh, yeah, that was a good album.
This time around, the hits are not there. By Chance is the only record that stands out to me.
Are they still working
maybe
with the
another
same,
one?
Is the same producers?
Yes, all Mike Will and the typical crew. But it just didn't have that same energy, and the hits weren't there. And I'm sure it's because when they made that first album, they weren't touring, they weren't doing nothing but just making records. This time around, they live in that Sremmlife. The first album was about the Sremmlife they wanted to live. Yeah. Now they live in the Sremmlife.
Yeah.
And it's probably not.
Which is a normal thing to happen. Especially they're young too, so
yeah,
they probably got complacent once they blew up.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know if the wave is not there, the energy is not there as it was before. So I'm not feeling it. But like, I just don't see like these were two dudes who I thought were going to ride out because they came in together, their crew, they had that mixtape came out earlier in the year that put their whole crew on. They were very crew oriented. So this is kind of news to me, and I'm hoping.
Once money and power, when all that shit gets into it, bro, it's every man for themselves, cat. It's a Royal Rumble, if you will.
It'll be interesting to see because over the next couple months they're going to be touring, supporting the Sremmlife 2 album.
That's an awful breakfast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I hope that there's no tension on stage and nothing kind of spills over and turns into a controversy between them, because even though the album wasn't good, I would still see them live because the first album was so great. They're going to do a bunch of the records from the first album. Their energy is undeniable. They're undeniably energetic. It's going to be a good show. It's lit. So I would just anticipate, a good time going to see them on tour. I
will say Swaycation's pretty good. The name
Swaycation.
I'll give him if that album could suck balls, but that's a good title.
It's off to a good start.
Yeah, it's definitely off to a good start. I'm waiting to see what Slim Jimmy.
Right.
If the name of his shit is Snap Into It, I'm done.
Oh, you're an idiot.
I'm done. And if he hears this, you're welcome.
All right, let's get into the flex zone.
Word. So fantasy football is upon us, as is the NFL 2017 season.
Yes.
Late August. I'm already getting hit up by my commissioners for all my leagues. So my draft dates are coming up quick. You don't play fantasy.
I hate fantasy football.
So we're gonna talk about why I love it and why you hate it.
Okay, so
you start your.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you gotta go with the hate first, bruh.
I hate fantasy football because I am a die-hard, bleed green Eagle Nation human being. I cannot, for the life of me, pick a player that is not a Philadelphia Eagle or has not been a Philadelphia Eagle in the past. I cannot root for a Giant, a Cowboy, or a Redskin or a Patriot win anywhere. Mm-hmm. I can't watch another team, like say I pick, Brown as my wide receiver from the Steelers. I can't be rooting for the Steelers to win. Like, I can't be rooting for him to score a touchdown. I feel disgusting inside rooting for a team that's
Fair
not
enough.
The Eagles. So I can't. I see some of my friends who I know are Eagle fans. Oh, I just need the Cowboys defense to show up to do, and I'm like, really? Are you really rooting for them to win or lose because you have another play? Now, if you don't have a home team, if you are from pick your nose North Dakota and there is no football team,
you still gravitate to whatever, dude. Football is America.
Right.
So, even if there's no team in your city, you're going to gravitate to the nearest one. That's just how it is.
There is no nearest one in Pick Your Nose, North Dakota.
Seattle.
That's not near Pick Your Nose. Pick Your Nose is in the middle of. There is no place called Pick Your Nose,
guarantee you they
Dakota,
follow
bro.
someone.
But I'm saying, if it's not your home team, you have every right in the world to fantasy it up because you don't have a reality team. You need a fantasy team.
I mean, look, I'm a diehard Giants fan. That's my team. Always has been. Always will be.
It's your biggest weakness.
I mean, 2 Super Bowls. I mean, that's not that big a weakness. Fuck. I hate saying that because when I was younger, I hated the Yankee fans who shit on me for being a Met fan, throwing the 27 championships at me. So I hate saying this shit.
It's such an involuntary action.
And it ends the conversation. It fucking sucks. Anyway, I love fantasy because, number one, I likes to win money.
Okay.
Number two, it kind of it gives me something to do, like in between games, like research players and stay on top of like all the news going on in the league.
Right.
Shit talk friends.
Right.
Shit talk coworkers.
Right.
Shit talk strangers. And then, but best of all, it's like you kind of you get more out of watching football. Like, for example, you're a diehard Eagles fan, right? You necessarily, if it's 2 out-of-market teams that it's like the Chargers and, the Broncos, you don't give a fuck.
Not at all.
But if you got fantasy players and that game is on, let's go Phillip Rivers. Right. Or let's go, Monte Ball, whatever.
Right.
That's the aspect I like about it. So, like, I'll go to a bar on a Sunday afternoon with, like, my friends who are all in the same league. And, yeah, most of us are Giants fans and we'll root for our Giants. But if the Giants are playing a team that has players that we have in our fantasy, don't get it twisted. It's like, yo, Giants win, but don't touch this motherfucker. Let him score like 5 touchdowns today. So let's win this game like 53 to like 48.
You see the conflict?
It's definitely a conflict, but at the same time, it's fun because like there's a lot of times where I'm like, fuck this team. Like the Giants just got fucking laced. But, fucking Jason Witten had like 4 touchdowns. He's on my fantasy, so they lost, but I take solace that I got some fucking points in fantasy. Oh. That's the way I look at it. So to me, it's fun. It's good competition. And if you play your cards right, you get to play money in it. The only thing I don't like is that there's so much shit that goes on when there's money in it. And in other forms of gambling, it's all on you.
Right.
You play poker, you're playing poker a certain way.
Right.
You lose, it's on you, right? And this shit is like, you could draft the best team in the world, and they could all just be fucking busts this year, even though they were projected to be like number 1. Or your best guy gets hurt. Or the motherfucker forgets that he can't smoke weed during the season and gets suspended. Or he decides to drop kick his wife when he knows he can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that aspect of it kind of sucks because you don't have full control. But then the skill and the research aspect comes into it. Like, all right, who do you pick up? Do you pick up a sleeper no name that's gonna take that guy's place? And is he good enough to make up? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the fun part to me of fantasy is like, all right, who's really paying attention? And when you pick up somebody that nobody knows who the fuck they are, and then they start killing for you, and everybody's like, yo, I was going to pick him up after I saw his numbers. Like, yeah, I got him week 1 when I knew he was going to put up numbers and nobody gave a fuck. Shit like that, you know, it's fun for the ego, and it's good for the pockets.
I guess, man. I mean, and I know that we have a lot to thank fantasy football for in terms of, like, you know, the NFL. It really reignited everyone's love for watching football, like you said, for those out-of-market teams, you know. So, I mean, in a way, it kind of, I think they said it saved the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I can't imagine my life without
And there's so
football.
much, dude, like, there's so much conflict of interest there because NFL, like, I think they have minority stakes in a lot of these fantasy football, like money, like DraftKings,
right.
And I forget the other one.
FanDuel.
Yeah, like it's known they own stakes, so like the commercials are always running during the games. Right. It's pretty like anything else, man. It's fucking crooked and it sucks, but it's the only sport I'll do fantasy in, dude. I will not do baseball because baseball is fucking, 9 months long.
Right.
Basketball, they play every day, every other day.
Right.
It's just too much, man. Football's perfect. You get 1 day a week. You get a whole week to prep. You know what I'm saying? You watch for that one day and then on to the next. So I think it's the perfect, fantasy sport. So I can't wait for this year. Let's go Giants.
Let's not go Giants. How many leagues are you in?
Currently, I'm in 3. I'm in the league I've been in for the last couple of years with my buddies from my baseball team. I'm in the Fuse League that I just came into because I was late last year to get in. And then I'm in, like, the public league I always join just for shits and gigs.
How much money do you shell out?
Like 100? 50 in one, 50 in the other.
Okay.
That's as much as I'll do because I'm not I hate, like, normally gambling is not me.
Right.
I always say I work my ass off for this money for me to just fucking give it away to leave it up to chance when you're playing dice or whatever the fuck. Stuff like poker when you have more control over it then whatever, but besides that I'm not a huge gambler, so word.
Well, I guess we'll have to agree to damn disagree.
True that.
Because I cannot do fantasy football.
Fair enough.
I hate it. Anywho, that has been this episode of the Back of the Class podcast. If you've been listening to us for a while and you haven't subscribed, I don't know why. Maybe you just have commitment issues or whatever, but hit the subscribe button.
Word.
And, let us know that you're feeling us. Also, leave a comment. Let us know, what you think of the show, what you want us to touch on or talk about, things of that nature. Coming up, we're going to have a lot more artist interviews and kind of get into more debates and stuff, as the year progresses. So, hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll talk to you next week.
Peace.
Peace.